Hi, my name's Tom, and I'd like to welcome you to step one of our automated presentation system. We're going to be talking to you about the OneCoin One Concept business overview. This is all about our USA Alpha launch. We're looking for leaders and very excited to be able to present OneCoin to you today. The goal of the presentation is to get you to understand what cryptocurrency is, what's in it for you, and ultimately how you can get started. I always tell people, if I answer all your questions, that's probably not a good sign. Hopefully you have a pen and paper, you jot down even more questions and get those answered by the person who invited you to watch this presentation. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into the presentation. So there's a lot of people out there that think digital currency is a fad. Well, it's not a fad. As published in Wired magazine, they said, irrespective of your opinion, the rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies really cannot be ignored. Actually, it's one of the five fastest growing industries in the emerging growth sector today. There are a number of billion-dollar businesses that accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, including Dell, Overstock, Reddit, Expedia, Reed Jewelers, PayPal, and recently Microsoft. And so it goes on to say, for the uninitiated who have not yet grasped what Bitcoin is and other current cryptocurrencies are, you really ought to catch up. And I totally agree with them, because I have read articles where there will be thousands and thousands of different forms of cryptocurrencies for different cultures and different communities. It's pretty amazing how people are adopting different cryptocurrencies all over the world. You know, our OneCoin promise, what we promise you today, is to provide you with a simple three-step business introduction system if you decide to get into the business. And I should say up front, some people get in just to gain access to the education, the tokens, and ultimately the coins. There are others that get in to take advantage of that, plus also build a business, introducing it and sharing it with others. Of course, we're building a culture of freedom through a currency, so we hope that everybody that comes in will ultimately share it, because that just increases the demand for it, increases the value of it. Our second promise is to educate you on digital currencies. It's important that you have an education to offer you access to digital currencies, to create wealth with digital currencies, to execute our business plan with world-class leadership, and we have that in absolute spades. Ultimately, at the end of the day, our goal is to help you realize 10x freedom. And you say, well, what's 10x freedom? Well, it's freedom that's 10 times better than you would have ever imagined. And very excited about our OneCoin ADC system. This is our simple 7-hour wealth system that focuses on automation, duplication, and creation. The one thing you can be very happy about is if you decide to get into our business, you'll never have to do a presentation. Our system does it for you, and it filters out the people that are interested, what I call the tire kickers, versus the people that are like, hey, I want to drive this car. And you know, with the 7-hour wealth system, we do a hangout every single night. A hangout is like an online presentation that's live. Our leaders pop in and say hey to everyone, but we ask you to spend 1 hour a night. The hour leading up to the presentation, we want you to focus on inviting lots of people and sharing it with lots of people. There's no selling here. Just say, hey, are you interested in Bitcoin 2.0? Are you interested in creating wealth and owning a currency that appreciates? We have a lot of great different angles on it. This is spreading across the college campuses using our system as well. Kids in college really get this. They understand currency. They understand cryptocurrency, and they're definitely looking for ways to make money. If you can remember college, I certainly do, and those were some broke days. But automation of marketing, let's talk about the ADC system, not the ABC system, but automation of marketing. We have Facebook-based presentations like the one you're looking at. We have a reminder calls, chat rooms for education, auto posting systems, and lead generation pools. And this is a business you can do from anywhere in the world. You're not really tied down to any one location. D is duplication of team. We have a system that does the explaining, training, and enrolling for you. I think if somebody calls you and says, well, give me a full presentation, say, well, I'd love to, but there's a guy that's much more experienced that knows a lot more about this, so I'm going to let him do it, and if you're interested, you can get back to me. You know, and people pay as much attention to how you do the business as what the business actually is. So if they're like, well, Tom didn't even present to me, he just sent me a link and told me to watch a video, you know, I can do that. And that's ultimately what you're trying to do, is get people to look at it and say, okay, so Tom works from home, from his farm. He communicates with people on Facebook, sends them information about this, sends them a link, and the people who raise their hand up in the air, he helps them, you know, come up to the opportunity. And so When you think about duplication of team, it's very important that you don't make it look complicated. It's very important that you know, you're not wearing shiny suits or having to wash your car all the time or wear those expensive .com shoes and expensive Robert Graham shirts. You know, folks, you just don't need that. You know, our business is about everyday people. It's about building a culture of people who want freedom from all that garbage. And so duplication of team is very important. If you're out there telling people that they have to learn a 90-minute presentation and memorize everything about cryptocurrency, you're just not going to build a very big team. Keep it simple, stupid, as we say. You know, just send somebody a link. Well, all I do is send somebody a link, and that's how I grow my business. Creation of wealth. You know, we focus on quality of life results. Again, I'm doing business from home in flip-flops and shorts and in a decent T-shirt. My wife won't let me wear anything, you know, dirty or anything like that. But I've got you know, I'm not wearing a farm shirt or anything like that. Occasionally, I've been known to wear some camouflage shirts, but you know, the bottom line is, folks, is we want to have fun with this. You know, we want people to be relaxed. We're not here to build an uptight culture where everybody's got to have starched shirts on and polished starched pinpoints on. We're not looking for that, folks. Okay, we're looking for people that say, hey man, I don't want to go to any hotel meetings. I don't want to spend time in traffic. I'm not interested in three-way calls. I don't want to chase prospects. I just want to send people a link, say if you're interested, holler at me, you know. So the OneCoin ADC system has I can do it written all over it, because there's just not much you have to be able to do except for share links, and that's actually pretty easy. So let's look at the page that you're on right now so you have a really good understanding of what you're looking at. This is our Alpha Team Facebook presentation system. A 5-minute setup. You can see in the upper left-hand corner it has social media sharing. We would love it if you would give us a like or a share or a Google One Plus. That would be really exciting for us. It helps spread the word about our currency. We have a 1-minute sizzle video where people come and they see it, and if they're interested, they opt in. It captures their Facebook verified email address so you can get back to them if you want to, or if you want to send them information, you know you've got a good email address. It also has a 30-minute overview. So for those that are technical, it has a CRM system built into it, a customer relationship management system, where you can actually go in and see the people that have clicked register to come watch the webinar or watch the videos. So it collects information before it allows them to get to the actual presentation, just as you had to do that getting to this presentation. We also have a 30-minute overview, which is what you're watching right now. We have our compensation overview, which hopefully you'll watch next. And then we have the ADC system training video, which is the third video for you to watch. The Secure Your Spot can be personalized with your own link. And if you scroll to the bottom of this page, you'll see Clone This Page at the very bottom. That's how you copy the page. Don't do that until you watch video number 3, but it takes 5 minutes to set it up, and it's copied to your Facebook system. You take all the graphics from our page, everything that you want to use, and you're in business with your own marketing tool. We also have syndicated hangouts, so every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the top 1-minute sizzle video changes to a live video of a hangout of usually me and leaders that are visiting in to see the actual presentation. But every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we go live, but we're broadcasting through hundreds of people's Facebook pages using this powerful syndicated hangout system. So very exciting to have this kind of tool. You know, when you look at the ability to build a business online and have tools like this, it just makes life so much easier. So let's get into the second part of our promise, and that is we told you we'd talk to you about what cryptocurrency is. And so what I thought I would do in this presentation is give you the 5 components that make up a cryptocurrency, what you really need. And I tell people, let's have some fun with this. Let's talk about creating our own island. We go, we're sailing along, we find this vacant island out in the middle of the sea, and we stake our flag, and all of a sudden, you know, we've got a big social media following because people follow us on our sailboat adventures. And this, by the way, this is like one of my dreams, okay? And this is, so I pull up to the island, stake my flag, and I say, you know what? I'm going to invite friends to come here and do business, but to do that, we need to have our own currency. So I decided to create an algorithm, which I'm not smart enough to do that, but I would hire somebody smart enough to do it, somebody that knows Calculus 3 and Algebra 3 and all those great maths that combine letters and numbers, which I don't really get. But algorithm, it basically determines how many coins can be created. Once the algorithm is locked in, it cannot be changed. And basically an algorithm is an equation that says, okay, every time, and let's keep it real simple, every time you solve the equation that equals 5, the algorithm will create a coin. And a coin is basically a serial number with a unit of value assigned to it. Okay? And so every time we come up, 1 plus 4 equals a coin, 2 plus 3 equals a coin, 2 plus 3 is a coin, 101 minus 106 is a coin, 56 minus 51 is a coin. So we go through the algorithm, and it produces coins, and of course it gets consistently harder for the algorithm to solve the equation, which creates a little bit more expense to create the coins, which creates basically an intrinsic value on them. And so when you look at the algorithm, let's say you come to the island, and I've decided, well, I'm going to offer 5 packages ranging from 100 euros up to 5,000 euros. And with each package, you're going to get certain benefits on my island. Okay, and each one of them is going to include some gold. Each one of them is going to include education about the island, what we want you to do and what we don't want you to do, basically how we're going to operate the island. And then the other element is we're going to give you some tokens, and each package comes with a different level of tokens. So you're going to turn those tokens over to our mining operation. So that's the second element you need in creating a cryptocurrency. You need a computer bank, a whole bunch of computers to solve these complex mathematical equations to create coins. And so let's say you turn over 60,000 tokens over to our mining operation. You bought our top package, and our mining operation says, based on the current power capacity and needs, it's going to cost you 6 tokens per coin. And you say, okay, here's 60,000 tokens. Well, that equals 10,000 coins. And so these mining operations, like with Bitcoin, you had to create your own mining operations. You had to set up your own computers, and you had to know how to do that. And it was just ridiculous. I mean, nobody knew how to do that. I mean, very few people did, not the average Joe. And so with us, you don't have to do that. You simply just turn your tokens over to our mining operation, and we expand the server rooms as there's a need to add more computing power to solve the equations. So the mining company mines your coins and eventually puts them all in your wallet. And it might take a month, might take 2 months, but eventually you have your 10,000 coins in your e-wallet. And let's say that you want to generate some cash. Okay, well, you'll take some of those coins want some liquid cash. You've got your coins, but you want to create some liquidity so you can go buy the island bar down the street, and you want to buy a little piece of real estate. So you send your coins to our exchange. Well, we have our own stock exchange where the coins are bought and sold. There's a bid and the ask for the coins, is what you can buy them for versus what you can sell them for.